Hello, fellow educators, and welcome back to this series on pedagogy. In a previous video, I introduced our blended learning and inverted classroom model here at Ntare Louisenlund School. Today, I'd like to take you one step further. Many educators have asked how this actually looks in practice. How does the model unfold in a real unit, and how does it enhance learner autonomy, engagement, and mastery, while at the same time ensuring that students learn in a responsible way and meet program standards and requirements? In this short video, I want to offer a concrete example. We'll walk, or rather run, through part of an interdisciplinary sciences unit in the IB MYP, right inside our own learning management system, ManageBac. And we'll explore how instructional design, digital resources, and structured learning sequences support student agency and meaningful learning. My hope is that this becomes not only an explanation, but also an invitation to reimagine what learning looks like when time, space, and technology work together for students. Before we begin, let me briefly recap our inverted classroom model. Unlike the classic flipped classroom, where students complete tasks at home, our approach brings those asynchronous phases back to school, into our studios, our labs, our library, and makerspaces. This gives learners real autonomy, but also the teacher support and the environment they need to succeed. The model unfolds in 6 phases: a face-to-face, teacher-guided unit introduction, an asynchronous knowledge acquisition phase, a short mastery assessment, a collaborative seminar to deepen conceptual understanding and develop skills, a transfer and application phase back in our learning studios, and finally, the summative assessment, where students demonstrate their mastery in varied and authentic ways. Each phase has a clear purpose and rhythm. Together, they help learners build understanding and strategic or metacognitive competence. Blended learning is not about adding technology for its own sake. It's about structuring learning so students experience both strong scaffolding and meaningful agency at every step. Before we open the unit itself, I want to highlight 2 learning principles that guide the instructional design choices you're about to see: learner autonomy and engagement, and learning space and time. These 2 learning principles, which are foremost among the goals of our educational approach, shape the way we design digital unit plans, sequences, and learning environments, always keeping the learner and their experience of learning at the center. Now let's take a brief look at how a concrete MYP3 or Grade 8 interdisciplinary sciences unit looks on our learning management system, ManageBac. In this sample Grade 8 unit, students explore the properties of light and its interaction with matter. The unit planner seen here provides an overview of some of the unit's key components, including the fact that the unit is conceptual, focused on the functions of light and its interaction with matter, and contextualized, specifically in the realm of scientific and technological innovation, with a focus on scientific principles and discoveries related to light. Note that there are 3 contextual lenses: the individual, local, and global, to show students the relevance of unit concepts and content to their everyday experience in the world. As learning at our school is fundamentally inquiry-based, the unit's focal point is the inquiry question: how does the interaction of light with matter and living systems reveal its functions? The unit overview also includes our learning objectives, in this case, knowing and understanding, and inquiring and designing experiments, which are the basis of the assessment criteria by which student learning is evaluated. A week-by-week overview of unit content, as well as the classroom strategies used, including modeling and demonstration, and near and far, is also provided. Additionally, The unit planner includes a stream of resources which students access to support their learning. In this case, the teacher has chosen to upload all unit resources, such as presentations, online articles, short videos, or simulators, to a Padlet and to organize them into clear categories to make them more accessible to students. Now let's have a look at the unit calendar to see how the 6 phases of our blended learning model look concretely. We always begin each learning sequence with a face-to-face unit introduction in the classroom. In this case, the teacher has chosen to break down the unit introduction into 2 phases. First of all, a hands-on activity to get the students' feet wet in a particular topic. And secondly, a slide presentation which communicates the key unit elements previously mentioned, emphasizing both unit expectations and how student learning will be evaluated. The unit introduction is followed by an asynchronous knowledge acquisition phase, a studio time task, indicated or color-coded here in blue, in which students engage with online resources to garner basic knowledge and understanding on light and its properties before completing a first online mastery assessment on the LMS. The online formative assessment or mastery test allows teachers and students to benchmark where students stand before they come to their course seminar. The seminar activity that follows is a classic example of cooperative learning. Note the distinct roles given to the pairs or partners of simulator operator and data recorder to promote positive interdependence within the partner groups. In this cooperative learning experience, students work with a partner to explore light sources to deepen their understanding of light's functions and interactions, using, for example, this simulation tool and recording their observations and key findings on this worksheet provided. Students then upload their product to the task Dropbox for teacher review. A transfer and application phase in studio time follows, in which students collaborate in groups to evaluate and improve upon an experiment plan. A worksheet is attached to the task instructions to guide the students' learning in this asynchronous learning phase. Finally, students complete one of 2 unit summative assessments, an exhibition and an online exam, which includes, for example, outlining a testable hypothesis and making a prediction using scientific reasoning, and showing how students manipulate variables and measure and collect data. The unit closes with a group review of the summative assessment and a reflection on learning processes and outcomes seen here. Although this unit and the tasks shown are good examples of our blended learning model, including showing learner autonomy in terms of pacing in asynchronous phases, they do admittedly lack some of the personalization, voice, and choice that our school generally prioritizes in learning experiences and which could have been better demonstrated by other tasks, for example, in which students can choose their topic or method and approach. As educators, we have a tremendous opportunity to empower young people by designing learning experiences that cultivate agency, curiosity, and mastery. Technology used thoughtfully helps us to create flexible learning pathways without compromising the rigor or the relational aspect of good teaching. I encourage you to try elements of this model in your own context, to give learners more autonomy, to structure learning time with more intentionality, and to see digital platforms not as add-ons, but as places where deeper learning can truly unfold. With clear scaffolding, deliberate planning, and a commitment to student growth, blended learning becomes not only possible, but transformative. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to continuing this journey with you as we rethink learning for our students and for the world they will shape. We'll see you next time.